Khloe. Travis, would you go to me? I, Travis, take you, Khloe, to be my wife.
I'm gonna cry, you guys. I'm gonna cry.
I, Travis, take you, Khloe, to be my wife.
It's Kourtney.
Kourtney, I'm sorry. I, Travis, take you, Kourtney, to be my wife.
I'm gonna cry.
Kourtney's finally getting her moment, but she's really getting her moments because we didn't just get one wedding. We didn't just get two. We got to see all three.
We have so much to talk about, Colt. First of all, let's start with the Vegas wedding, which we knew from the press and from the little info that we got from Kourtney's post that she was drunk. But boy, oh boy, we didn't realize how drunk she was.
From Vegas to Santa Barbara, this was the actual legal wedding, the pre-wedding to the Portofino brand trip. And the fact that they did get to bring MJ and Travis's dad as the two sole people that got to be the witnesses because they weren't able to travel to Italy, I thought it was perfect, and that is a true fairy tale wedding.
I know, and they had the cans and the old car, and they really are getting to kind of like play dress up in all these different roles.
But didn't you think it was funny that in Santa Barbara they had no idea how a wedding worked?
I thought we say vows.
No, yeah, that's coming. The paperwork's
we
just
do?
the paperwork's just done.
Why is this entire process they don't even know how to do anything? Kourtney didn't know when to walk down the aisle for the first wedding in Vegas.
Go now.
Are you ready? Not
I
yet.
don't know.
Then they're like, wait, don't we have to do vows? Like, Kourtney, haven't you been to enough Kardashian weddings? Like, your sisters have been married multiple times to know how a wedding works.
First of all, I want to go to Portofino. So if that was sponsored by Portofino, it's working. It was wild to see how much effort went into this wedding by Dolce and Gabbana. Like, she even said they were helicoptering, that's a verb, things in.
They had to do helicopter drops to get the piano there, to get everything to build. They were dropping wood at the castle and at the property.
I just would love to know the behind the scenes of, was everything covered? Was this like a gifted wedding?
Right? And it's like when Kourtney said Domenico kind of just does what Domenico wants.
One thing I did realize working with Domenico is kind of like what Domenico says, he just really just does it.
I was like, okay, so this was basically Domenico just planning what he thinks Kourtney and Travis's wedding should be like. If Kourtney was gonna pay for this wedding, she would have had to have every single thing down to how she wanted it.
We let some details go that I think people would be surprised with. I remember calling Melissa Colker and planning it in 30 minutes when like everything else that I do is so planned out.
And I think because Kourtney didn't pay for the wedding, she's over here like, yeah, whatever.
This special gave no space to like sister drama, but I was really waiting to see the sisters kind of get emotional for Kourtney, and I didn't really get that. At the rehearsal dinner, they wanted people to make a toast. Khloe made a toast, but it wasn't a Khloe toast. Like, Khloe, it's Khloe.
I thought the toast was over. No, never. It just keeps on. Yeah. Kourt, I love you so much. Trav, you were my neighbor. Somehow you guys started just hooking up on the side. We love you guys. Long live Kravis. There we go, kids.
Khloe, you write a freaking like grid post for your mailman.
Well, Khloe didn't even want to make the toast. Kris made her.
We're fine. Let's go, Khloe.
I was kind of looking around, like even during the wedding, to see if they're crying or what the vibe is. Because any pan we got to the sisters or to Kris, who's usually like a riot, and they weren't really vibing, I feel like.
Well, the vibes were definitely off because Kylie Jenner's speech, she stayed seated.
Couldn't be happier. I've never seen you happier, Kourtney. And it just makes me, it warms my heart. I'm so happy that we're all here.
The ceremony was gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
You guys look gorgeous.
I mean, Kourtney even said to Travis, like, one of the things she's most excited about in marrying him is creating their own little family.
I think the best part about being married is having my own family and my own world with you.
And maybe that's what's going on with the sisters. It's like Kourtney wants her own little family, i.e. Kardashian Barker.
If she had the choice, I think she would have just been Kourtney Barker. But legally and brand-wise, honey, that does not work the best. I have to say it, I think I'm here for all the PDA now. Like, knowing how much these two are in love, like getting a full hour of the open kisses, and that was a theme for the wedding. Like, I was kind of shocked.
I thought they would get over it, Colt, at some point. I was like, how much can you make out? Like, I thought at some point they would be like, over it. Like, they don't get over it.
No. And every time, each kiss is a different type of sentimental. It's like a new experience every single time they are swapping saliva.
I feel like her photographers really lean into that fact and are like, suck on a banana, like, her on the piano. Like,
bite those toes, lick those up and down.
Lick it.
oh my God, wait, you guys. Taking her foot, eating it up from sole to toe. His eyes were closed, Colt. He was into it.
And this wedding, I was surprised that both Kourtney and Travis were getting nervous and a little emotional.
It was actually hard for them to get through the vows at the wedding. I think it took Travis 4.5 minutes to like repeat one of the lines.
From this day forward,
I was like, hello, I can't hear you, speak up.
I know, at first I was like, wait, what is going on? But I didn't realize he was choked up.
You know how I realized he was choked up? Because the vein was
Oh
popping.
my God, I didn't see the vein. Was it veining?
It was poppin'.
He truly is her match, and I'm just so happy that she was able to find this, because I had no clue that the reason Kourtney Kardashian never wanted to get married was mainly because her father was not able to walk her down the aisle.
When my dad died, I remember thinking like, I never want to get married because my dad isn't there to walk me down the aisle.
So getting to hear that information, and then to see that Kris Jenner gifted her the ring that Robert gave to Kris. Like, it just felt perfect and like the most beautiful thing in the entire world. And I already know Kim is like, Kourtney, I'm gonna buy that for my archive one day. I definitely thought I was a little cringe with the K, hearing Travis talking about hooking up with Kourtney so much in front of the kids.
For so long, I just didn't want to ruin our friendship by trying anything, but I did attempt a couple times. Literally everyone would say you and Kourtney need to hook up, or are you sure you guys aren't hooking up?
Can he take a hint? Like Penelope on the show was like, no making out, mom and dad.
Ew, guys. Is that upsetting?
That's what I was saying, that he's not like the biggest wordsmith. He even said, I'm bad at talking.
I suck at talking, everybody.
Those parts were a little weird, but he did his best. And, you know, most importantly, Kourtney thought every word was beautiful. But let me just tell you another thing that made me LOL was that Kris, as a surprise, or like, was it a surprise? Brought Andrea Bocelli to sing at the wedding. Meanwhile, Kourtney and Travis were making out in the back, tonguing.
I can't help falling in love with you.
Which, like, what was that? Why are they in the back of him making out? You know, shouldn't they at least be like on the ground with everybody else watching him? Like they were behind him. It was a little weird. Cut to later, them playing all the small things.
All the small things, true care, truth brings.
Which is like needed. By the way, I loved seeing MGK. Seeing as the sisters weren't a vibe, MGK was a vibe.
Do you know where the girls are getting ready at? I'm just looking for my wife right now.
He was in almost every shot. It looked like he stayed till the early hours of the morning. He was dancing with Landon. He even performed a song. I feel like he gave more than the sisters. So here's the thing. I would have loved to be there. I would have eaten up that pasta. Oh my God, the slow pan on the rolling up the pasta. I just wanted it in my mouth. Unlike Megan Fox, who doesn't eat gluten. So what did you guys think of Till Death Do Us Part? Let us know in the comments below.
And make sure to check out all of our past episodes in case you missed them.
And don't forget to subscribe.